I don't know if I will post it, but if you watch this, yes, I posted it. So, have you ever watched a movie and you felt like, hmm, I wish this was something else or this was better? And then this was about the Odyssey. So, if you want, I suggest you, if you want to watch Odyssey, please read the book first, because I think the director Christopher Nolan also expected you to read, and then I suggest you to read Homer Iliad first. After that, the Odyssey, and then maybe if you want to read Virgil Aeneid. And I think the critic that I want to give to Christopher Nolan this time is actually, I think he is a good director, but when it came to writing, when it came to screenwriting, I think there are some part that just felt, when you read the book and then you know there are book that dialogue is really important, like it's important to be there. And while in the movie, I think what Christopher Nolan portrayed good is that the set, the gigantic scope of the set, like the cinematography is great, and then the just the set, the production design is great. But the amazing part is the spoken word, and this came back because Homer, why spoken word is very important, especially in this movie. Because we trace back, Homer is actually an oral poet. So this story is actually meant to be spoken. Like the first time, it was not written, but it was spoken. It was spoken. And then so Greek back in the day, you can search this up. Back in the day, they watch like traditional poet who tell this story by performing. And then yeah, back to the movie. And there are too so many critics about the women, and it's such a it's such a waste, because like it already so beautiful, like the set, like the production feels so luxury. And then the budget is big, it's 160 million dollar. And there are some people also say that they should hire a screenwriter, you know and then this also based on the translated book by Emily Wilson, which what I love about her translation, it's really easy, especially easy to read and easy to understand, especially for for like new reader, like they are not so used to like difficult words. And but what I love is that she stayed true, she's honest. I mean, the storyline, the story itself, she doesn't change anything. And then she is honest in a way where maybe other translator will say like, oh, this is it's a maid, like it's an assistant, but actually it's a slave. Like so many of them, like the blind Ekimakus, the blind servant is actually a slave. So many of them is a slave that already been there years and years, maybe 10 years, 20 years until they get old. Yeah. And then what I love, I think one of the great performance is Samantha, like seriously, and then Lupita. I love her acting. Like she just doing great and playing both, even though her screen time is so little. What else? And yeah, like lack Greek. And some people also say like, where is the Greek? But overall, in the filmmaking, it's a great in the sense that it is entertaining, yes. But I know when the writing part is missing, like the dialogue, like the words, it's like, yes, like they have chapter and they portray it well. Like maybe in this scene, like scene after scene, they portray that. But where is the dialogue? Like they cut so many, for me, important dialogue. Like the build up with it between Penelope and Odysseus. And another thing, I also saw this review where she said that, oh no, this is actually a YouTube reviewer. He is a he. He actually said that usually Christopher Nolan, like before this movie, he always portray the protagonist a man, and then so in this story, the Odyssey is like the protagonist. It's like he is not a perfect character, and then in the end, like he admitted that he do something wrong, and then yeah, just portraying his guilt. But like he portrayed in a way that it seems that he is a greater person because he admits he's guilty. And one of the big thing for me is actually like he mixed up a lot of Homer and Virgil. This is the Odyssey. In the book, the Trojan horse, it's not really the pivotal moment, but in this movie, it has so many screen time. When you read Homer and when you read Virgil, you will understand that these two men are so different. They are actually so different.
Shut up!
Okay, so moving on to part 2. So yeah, you must read it first and then you will understand the difference. But let me talk about this later. So thank you.